started making names right away. And I loved it. I was robbing drug dealers and taking their gold right off their neck. And the shit we did, who's going to call the police on you? A drug dealer?
I can identify with anything that was normal, to be honest with you. But I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah.
99% of the time, you're going to disagree.
Just like the Donnie Brasco situation with Lefty?
Yeah, because the reason why, they figure it this way. You brought this guy around, he ratted on everybody, now he ratted on you. You might turn around and join him and rat on us, so we get rid of you. There's no connection between there and there. They get rid of you.
Welcome to another episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to go over the beef with these two. So, what's good with everybody out there before we get started? I want to hit off a few people, man. What's up? Shout out to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Fighting Iris, what's good? Team Muscle, happy Thanksgiving. Maureen, how are you? Luciano, what's good? Down Neck, Newark, what's up? What's good, everybody? So I got some videos to show you. So it's kind of funny how all this transpires, right? So Sammy was in prison at the time, I believe. And this dude's thinking of a plan, like how can I he's getting out of prison soon. I don't know what plan he had. So what I hear is that he paid Sammy to talk good about him. When he first got out of prison, he paid him like $30-something $100 to talk good about him and say he was a gangster and all this other shit. Just to like kind of verify him. Kind of like how this guy does people. How he like brings people around and then all of a sudden everybody thinks that they're somebody. Kind of crazy, but so we're gonna get into these interviews where they talk good about each other and then they start talking bad about each other. So let's get into it. Without any further ado, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And all these videos that I'm playing are in the description of this video. I want to shout out everyone who I'm playing part of their video. I appreciate you. And let's get into it. You're going to hear a lot of contradicting going on. So, let's see what happens. So you can watch these full interviews. The link is in the description.
About 35 to 40 guys that they know of. I did shoot about.
Now he's talking about shooting 35 to 40 guys.
I did shoot about 35 to 40 guys that they know of.
Shout out to Cool Historians. The link is in the description of this video. Fair use.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Cool Historians on YouTube and the 27th of the podcast platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For this first episode on YouTube, we'll have my friend as a guest. He is an ex-hitman of Gambino family, and he was one of the most trusted men of John Gotti after they had like a beef, I would say. And his name, of course, he's Albanian too. His name is John Alite. John, thank you so much for being here with you.
Hey, Falaman did it. Some respect. So, very nice to be here. I'm glad. I was looking forward to this.
So, John, to start with the first question for you, I know that you like the direct questions. My question for you is, how is it possible that you are so brave to expose government and mafia on social media? Are you not afraid someone can attack you?
You know, a lot of times I talk about what's the right thing to do in life, right? And what's going on in Canada now. A lot of people are intimidated. They're not educated enough to understand what's going on. And when you watch the government talk about defunding the police, and I speak up for the police being an ex-gangster, and they risk their lives. But
That's right, man. He was like, he wanted to be Italian so bad, and then he ratted, and now he wants to be Albanian now. Like, make up your mind, man. Like, come on. What is it, bro? Are you Albanian or are you Italian? Or are you the Albanian mafioso? And for them to even accept you is crazy because you ratted. Like, you're a rat. The bottom line is you told. And any respectable gangster wouldn't accept you. So that's that.
the problem is a lot of times you have people like a lot of the police now. They now are protecting the same people that try to defund them, the same people that
All right, let me get to the place where he starts talking about Sammy. We can get into this.
try to take their lives. That has nothing to do with Black lives.
I don't want to hear this guy talk about gibberish.
People don't have the understanding. Yeah, listen, Goodfellas was a movie. The American mafia and the Italian mafia does not go against their country. You could say a lot of things about the mafia, but they do not. Statement is the way people really treat us. An oriented family, as with the old structure and family, gangsters hung out and with Anthony through. People see us together. Actually, we're traveling together in a couple of weeks to California. We're doing.
Bro, you were friends with John Jr. like 100 years ago for like, what, a couple months? Like, let go of it, man. You're like a fucking scorned ex-girlfriend who won't let go. It's fucking weird shit.
Called the book that George Anastasia wrote.
Dude puts John Gotti Jr. on the cover of his book. Couldn't sell books without him on the cover, huh? Or without his name in the title. Crazy.
Everybody.
Well, the thing is with the mob, if I'm not a guy that just came along like people on some of the, people say in some of the interviews, they think I started that. I was raised around all the mob since I'm a baby, since I'm literally 4 and 5 years old. I was in, dens of mob games and, with my dad. And then later on with my baseball coach, whose father was.
And you disgraced them all by telling. And now you want to wear an Albanian shirt like you're proud to be Albanian. So anyone that takes this dude's flip-flopping serious, come on, man. Give me a fucking break.
The boss. So when I was with Albert and Anthony Ruggiano, I'm around these gangsters since I'm a kid, so I'm well trusted. I have a lot of respect for guys that are big mouths or people that talk nonsense.
Yo, I swear this guy talks about himself. Did you hear him? Fucking big mouths, people that talk about nonsense. You're talking about yourself, bro.
Again, we come from a culture where I think that, you have a lot of people like that we look up to. Like, me, Scandal Bale, like most of us.
The immigrant family, right?
Colombian drug dealers.
Here we go. Let's get into it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this right here. Here we go. It's going to start right here. Another, let me correct Sammy, because he just said that John Alite was a powerful member of the Gambino family. He was never a member of the Gambino family. He never took an oath, and he couldn't take an oath. The made men would not be around this guy. They would not. Like, they're not going to talk around this guy or anything. Let's talk. Let's hear the bullshit that he paid Sammy to say about him.
He's my Albanian mafioso soulmate. Okay. I think the world of him. I mean, he's a legitimate tough guy. I think he was put under the wrong people at the time when he was in the Gambino family. At least he was part of my crew. But that didn't happen.
We heard that he testified against John Gotti Jr. What was your first thought?
John Alite said he was at the head of the commission. Who'd he sit there with? Russo? Oh, man. trust me, I will stay loyal, man. Stay away from the bullshit, especially in this genre. There's a lot of it going on. Shout out to Nick, man. What's good with you? Happy Thanksgiving, bro. He's not Italian. They would say anything important around him. Definitely, man. They're not going to talk around him. He's trying to tell people he was at the head of the commission. They wouldn't even let him in the same damn room. Let's listen to Sammy Gravano tell some lies for a John Alite $1.
He was betrayed by John Gotti Jr.
He was betrayed by John Gotti Jr. just like you were by Senior, right? You fucking Schmeagle. Get the fuck out of here. You guys can all join in a little group together and testify against each other since now you guys got your own mafia.
Gambino family. At least he was part of my group. But that didn't happen.
We heard that he testified against John Gotti Jr. What was your first thought?
Big boy Drew, what's up, bro?
He was betrayed by John Gotti Jr. And he went on the lam. He got in trouble in Brazil. He went to prison. He was betrayed, and that's what happens. An action causes a reaction.
Yeah, I just want to know, have you heard that Johnny maybe assassinated somebody back in time?
That he assassinated people.
That maybe he killed somebody back in time, Johnny Lights?
That's that way.
Absolutely, he was a hit guy.
Okay.
He was a professional hit guy. And Eli couldn't get made because he wasn't Italian on his father's head, but he was to us, he was an Albanian mafioso.
Okay.
With total respect.
No, totally understand. Do you remember a little bit what was his activities back in time?
Whose activities?
Johnny Lights?
See what I'm saying? He doesn't even know who he's talking
I
about.
think they used him more or less to be a strong.
He said, I think they used him because he was known to be stronger. The fuck out of here. So John Alite paid Sammy the Bull some money when he first got out of prison. He needed some money, right? He accepted money from John Alite to say this shit about him. It's crazy.
He was the muscle for John Gotti Jr.
We are back. Now, John, what do you think made Sammy change opinion about you?
Because I'm not like most guys. I'm not weak. So when he says something that I don't like or I don't agree with, I'm going to say it.
Mhm.
So I'll say it again. Now, he's a cunt. He's a fucking coward. He's another big mouth that didn't do much. Now, people are going to say, well, he was an under.
What do you mean, Mr. John Alite? He just talks so good about you. Why would you talk that way about Sammy? He just talked great about you, man. He said you were the Italian mafioso. You were part of the Gambino family. He said you were the top dog, man. Why would you talk about your boy like that? I don't understand.
The boss, you nobody. So I'm going to tell you. You can ask people or research, what did this man do to get to be to the level of being a made man? So people think because they're a made man that they did something spectacular to get there. He didn't do any kind of robberies because he went through that on his shows. He did some bullshit like almost kid stuff, the robberies. He shot a gun once prior to him becoming a made guy. And he shot one person out of 19 out of his own mouth. So he shot maybe 2 people, and he lived off that his whole life, and he tells you about how tough he is. He set up murders. If you're that tough, after you cooperate.
I apologize for the delay. Luciano, man, what's up, man? Staxx, how was the Mob King movie? It was great. It was really good, man. Like, you know how you expect a certain thing? Like, I was expecting a certain thing when I was going to watch that, right? Totally different from what I expected. It was incredible, man. The whole, from start to finish, this dude really put a lot of work into it, and you can tell it came out really great, and it's going to be out really soon. I was able to get a sneak peek of the movie, and we had a private screening with a bunch of us, and William Steele was there. There was a bunch of us there. Hollywood Wade was there. Shout out to Hollywood Wade. Shout out to William Steele. Shout out to Invest in Yourself podcast. Go check them out when you guys get a chance. So every video I'm playing here is in the description of this video. If you guys want to check out the whole video, just go to the description and we'll check it out together. Let's get back to it. So now what we're watching here is Mr. John Alite talking bad about his friend, Mr. Sammy Gravano, when Mr. John Alite paid Sammy Gravano to talk good about him. Now all of a sudden, Mr. Alite wants to bash Sammy. He doesn't think he was a good underboss now. He went from being the ultimate gangster to he ain't shit. So let's listen to him talk about Mr. Gravano.
Operator, you went to hit in Arizona. He loves Brooklyn. He's from Brooklyn, but yet he's hiding in another state under, like I say, like Bin Laden in the mountains. So to me, he's a fucking coward with another big mouth. You know, he's an older guy now. He ain't no tough guy. He can bullshit everybody else. These guys live over reputations of doing one or two things, and then they con everybody. So they don't sit with me because I'm very straightforward the way I talk, because I'm going to talk in detail. Let's talk about what you did. I'm going to ask him, let's tell us how you got to be a made guy. Tell me what you did to get there. Tell me while you were a made guy, did you go out and shoot anybody by yourself? Did you fight 3 guys by yourself? Did you go out and put a bat in your hand by yourself? Did you go do a robbery by yourself? Did you ever do anything without being a coward and shooting somebody in the back of the head with 10 guys by you know, besides that? Because anybody can do that. But did you put yourself in harm's way? Were you intelligent enough to make money without a group of guys? These guys can't survive without being in their neighborhoods where everybody knows them, where they got 20 guys with them. But if they're alone, they're not going to survive. If they're in another country, forget about another jail like I was in, like Brazil. So I don't give a fuck what stupid.
Look at that fucking weirdo. Look at that weirdo shit. Did you guys see that weirdo picture they just played? Did you guys see that shit? What was that? That was some weird shit. Watch that. Look at these weirdos. What the hell were they doing, man? Hey, more power to them, but I don't know about all that, bro. Oh, the lifting weights, right?
The title they give themselves doesn't mean anything to me. And you got to remember, they're going to attack me because I'm an Albanian, putting down the guys that I don't like in the Italian mafia, who I think are just weak. I think they're cowards. And when I had a little more understanding of Sammy Gravano and his history, because I wasn't friendly with him in the mob days, I was Gotti's guy, not him. And when he started over.
All right, guys. So you guys listen what he said, who the guys who he was friendly with, right? The guys he was friendly with. So let's take a look at one of the guys that he's friendly with. Let's see. Let's see one of his hitters. Let's check him out. All right, let's see. This guy, man. This is one of Alite's hitters, man. Heavy hitter right here. Big tough guy right here.
But what did you do, Gene?
See this face? Is this a face that looks like that I give a fuck?
What are you going to do? Yeah, and I'm gonna get an Uber. No, I got it.
I'll take you home.
No.
I'll take you home.
No.
I'll take you home, baby. You're on a diamond. You're multiple diamonds. You drink.
Responsible for it. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I did it. But what did you do, Gene?
What did you do, Gene?
I pushed the door in. You told them that you pushed the door in because I was flooding the apartment. What else? What else did you do?
a hole in the wall. I was mad, so I hit it. I was just aggravated. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I told you I was responsible for it. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I did it. But,
what did you do, Gene? What did you do, Gene?
I pushed the door in.
You told them that you pushed the door in because I was flooding the apartment. What else? What else?
Yeah, I did it. But,
Shout out to King Shade.
What did
King
you do,
Shades.
Gene?
Go subscribe to him too.
I pushed the door in.
You told them that you...
I told you I was responsible for it. Yeah, I know that.
Alright, guys, but so I want to show you something. Look at how crazy this motherfucker is, right? They're going through all this shit. This dude got a tattoo with her name on it. Like, she don't want to be with you, Gene. The fuck, you don't get that through your head, bro? You're gonna get a tattoo with her fucking name on it? You're bugging, bro. Like, you're bugging. So let's get back into it. So I got another one I wanted to show you guys. Here's one with Sammy, okay? Let's check out what Sammy got to say, right? We haven't gave him a chance to speak yet. Or he talked a little bit, but he was running his mouth, right? Let's see what he says this time, because you never know. Especially when it comes to Sammy. Rest in peace to Alan Kaiser.
Hey, did you ever know an Albanian gangster, or did you ever have problems with Albanians?
I did know Albanian guys who were real tough. You could call them gangsters. I never had a problem with them. They were always pretty good. Some of them knew my family, my kids, my daughter, and people growing up that were younger than me. They seemed like good guys. And a couple of other Albanians I met who were full of shit. Make-believe gangsters. Now, I don't want to put names out, and I don't want to do that. Some of you might know who I'm talking about. It's full of shit. Everything the guy says is bullshit. And it's weird because an Albanian guy talked to me not too long ago. And he mentioned the guy's name. And I said, I'd really rather not talk about people behind their back. I'm the type of guy, I like to talk to you face to face. And he said, I just wanted to tell you, Sammy, we're so disappointed in this guy. We're ashamed of him. So that was it. So I'll make you guys try to guess who is who and who's what.
Okay, outside.
So there we go. There's another one. So I don't know. Let's take a poll. What do you think's gonna happen next? Do you think he's gonna talk good about him or bad about him on the next video I show you? What do you guys think? Let's see. All right. You guys know that Mr. Alite, Mr. John Alite, he likes to stretch the truth just a little bit. He is the mafioso Terminator, they called him, right? They called him Pinocchio, all kinds of shit. He has Pinocchio blood and all this shit, right? I swear, man. Rest in peace to Alan Kaiser, for real. No bullshit. But let's get into it. Let's check out a few more of Mr. Alite's lies. Now he was there on the Gravano hit, right? He was getting paged. When Gravano got hit, Mr. Alite got paged about it. You guys ready for this one? Get your popcorn and hold on to your seats, because this is a motherfucker right here.
Eating. We get some 911 texts on our beepers. Back in those days, it was beepers. And I kept getting them 911, 911. And behind the 911, I'm getting 98. That means come to the club on 98th Street in Bergen. So I know something happened. It's all over the news. It's flashed everywhere. That Paul Castellano was hit in front of Sparks Steakhouse.
Big Paul Castellano, reputed godfather of the Gambino family, was on his way.
Money up to the boss of the Gambino family, John Gotti, the boss of all bosses, the head of the mafia. Gotti heard that I was a big earner for the family, and now he wanted to see me.
He heard of
this
it,
was
right?
it for me. I was moving up the ladder to the top. I knew I couldn't get any higher than John Gotti.
Did you guys see? Wait, okay, listen. Let me stop it, okay? Hold up. Okay, now, he just said that he got a text from John Gotti, 911, when the Paul Castellano hit happened, right? He said he got a text from John Gotti when the Paul Castellano hit happened. Now, he just said that after John Gotti became the boss, he heard of Alite and he wanted to meet him. So, what is the truth? Like, the truth is, you were not close to John Gotti. You were close with Senior for a couple months, and that's it. Like, you had no dealings with Senior, and that's a fact. People know that. He would not deal with someone like you. Anyone that knows John Gotti Sr. knows that's a fact. Not saying I know him, but I know people who confirmed that you had no dealings with him or their family.
This was my time. The first time I see John Gotti.
First time was in 80.
I look at him with respect, fear, intimidation. He looks in my eyes and he said, "Will you be loyal to this family above anything else in your life? Are you willing to give your life for me and my family?" I said, "I can do that." He said, "You never, ever talk about anything we discuss here."
Books.
And I said, 100%.
Total bullshit. He just got... It wasn't in any of his books, his memoirs, none of that shit. So what's the truth, Mr. Alite? What is the truth? Just like this guy. He fucking lying all over the place. This guy. All over the place. Schmiegel. He cannot... Like, they cannot tell the truth to save their life. They can't. None of them. It's insane. I don't understand, but it's what this world comes to. It's what this world is coming to. All right, so now, shout out to Stephen Gillian. I got a link in the description of this video. I've had Stephen on the show. Shout out to Stephen. I'm going to play a clip off of his show. Now, he defends his story and blows up with Michael Francis.
You follow me. I like these keyboard gangsters and warriors when they talk about John Gotti Sr. as a man's man. Yeah, they're easy to say that because they're sitting on their couch pretending they're gangsters. Well, that man died, suffered alone, without family, without friends, choked on his own spit, suffered incredibly. Instead of the idiot saying, "Wow, this poor man suffered in jail. I never want to be like that." They talk stupid because they're not, it's very easy to say that when they're showering in their shower and they eat a nice steak and they're sleeping in bed with, with whoever. But to actually live the life we all lived and go through the suffering, because
Claudio,
we know what it is to
what's
get
up,
shot.
man?
We know what it is to get stabbed. We know what it is to see family members die and get shot while we're in prisons, or the suffering of our family doing. So I'm just very realistic. They don't like that I talk straightforward. I don't hedge words. I wear my heart in my sleeve. And I'm not intimidated anybody. Or I wouldn't live in New York. I would have hid away somewhere like a lot of guys do. I don't do that.
Do you have regrets, John, about the past, about the old life, about these things that have gone on?
Oh, of course, everybody's going to have regrets, but if I live in regrets, you never move forward. You know, so yeah, I got regrets. I think about some things. I wish I did things differently. I wish I became a lawyer, a politician, or a ball player like I planned. I wish that, you know, I didn't kill and shoot as many people as I did, obviously.
You didn't
know, I
kill
went through
anybody,
PTSD.
man. He didn't kill anybody. Where is the proof that you killed somebody, John Alite? You keep saying that you killed all these people, 30 fucking people. Where are they? Where are all these people? Where are the reports of them being killed by you? Where the fuck is it? Because you're full of shit. You didn't kill no 30 people. You want to be known as this big, intimidating person, but you link up with all these rat people like Hootie and Gene and people like that, and you claim like this is your group of guys, like these loyal bunch of students, bunch of people. They got they're missing chromosomes. These people, I swear to God, like it's bad, terrible.
I have my crying spells myself. I'm not ashamed to say it. I've said it on a million shows. You know, the difference is I'm okay with opening the windows and doors to my life and let people, you know, look in. Other people talk a lot, but they don't open the windows and doors. So, you know, when you have, and I'm going to have to say this name, and I don't like saying it, when you have a bitter old woman, Angel Gotti, who runs around on a computer like a 10-year-old.
Shout out to Angel Gotti. This dude's just jealous. His last name's not Gotti. That's the problem with Mr. Alite. And he's mad he's not Italian, to tell you the truth. Fucking dudes give his right arm to be Italian. Don't give me that shit. If you think John Alite would do anything back in the day to be Italian, press 1 in the chat. If you think Alite would have did anything back in the day to be Italian, press 1 in the chat. All right, let's get back to it. Shout out to Angel Gotti.
3 divorces. Her father, his father himself, this is his father's words, called her a rat. Said she's Sammy Gravano and worse. So if she can't live with that, then I'm sorry that you got to hate me because you got no life. Go get a husband, act like a lady, act like a woman, and behave, you know, conduct yourself with respect for other kids. I don't think she has the ability of doing that because she's so miserable with
for kids. Go selling bats, baseball bats. You're a fucking idiot, man. You want to be known as this killer. It's not cool to kill people. You're trash. That's what I think of you, Alite.
in her own life. I don't know what to say at this point. This is so childish. And if somebody sees what she does day and night for years, that anger, the reason why I'm very upfront about it is because I don't want kids to buy into this nonsense. And again, so the people that are listening, if they want to hear, I call myself a piece of shit before. I call myself garbage before. I call myself a lowlife before. The difference is I'm not that guy anymore. I'm trying to change kids till they understand, don't be what I used to be. Be who I am today.
Shout out to
It's
Angel
very
Gotti.
easy for
Happy
100 people to attack
Angel.
you when you're one. But I'm okay with that. I'm a strong individual. They can have 1,000 of them trolling on me and I'll be okay with that. Because I know my message is positive now to kids, not negative.
This dude's corny, man. Hey, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If you want to join me, jump on here. You're welcome. Anyone can jump on here. Let's get back to this fairy tale this fucking guy's telling.
Well, it's a, you know, it's a sure thing, John, that to live a life like that and to hurt people and do them things is wrong. Even the way that I live, I certainly paid for it 2, 4, 5 times, right? And I would not condone that life. But people change. People also make mistakes. What I would say is, and I say this many, many times, no matter there, you tell us about your mission.
We got Michael Francis versus Sammy Gravano. Let's get into it.
Your purpose. Michael Francis. Sammy the Bull Gravano now, years have gone on. There's a lot of stuff out there about Sammy and about Michael. They kind of have their message. What do you think about these guys? There's a lot out there. What's your view on that?
When I first came back, Michael Francis was attacking Sammy Gravano like crazy. And this is the problem with the treachery
Shout
of
out
life.
Cherry
I
Blossom.
tried to stand for Sammy when he backbit me. And, you know, and this is why I don't respect a lot of these guys. See, like, you got a guy like Michael.
He tried to stand with Sammy. No, he paid Sammy to talk good about him. And then something happened. I don't know where. Someone said when something about Calandra. It's because Calandra. So this is what happened, right? Sammy got paid from Alite to talk good about Alite. When Sammy got out of prison, right? He invited Calandra to go to his house and hang out. And Alite got fucking all jealous type shit about it. He was all mad, and he's basically jealous that Alite, that he was jealous that Calandra got to go to Sammy the Bull's house and spend the weekend there, son. And Alite had a fit about it, and that's where all this trouble started. And then Alite started saying that Calandra slapped Gene Gotti. Then all the problems started.
Francis, nobody's got to take my word for it. His message is a lie. He's 35 years removed out of the mafia. His real father isn't Sonny Francis.
But he was a made man. John Alite. Michael Francis was a made man. Unlike your friends. Unlike Tonto was never getting made. Not with his fucking crazy attitude. Not with the way he's crazy around women. He was never getting made. Who else? Hootie. Mr. My Boss Hootie. He was never getting a button. People don't respect them. And they don't respect you, man. Call a spade, bro.
It's Chubby. His own stepfather, adopted father, was Sonny Francis, who does an interview with Greg Vita on tape and says, my son's a rat. He ratted me out. He left my family in the street. Now, that's not me saying it. Sonny said it. It's on video. He also curses his brother, Al Johnny, who was a tough guy who did cooperate, changed his life, and I give him a lot of credit. And he left his brother out there, and his brother was his guest speaker at his 70th birthday party last week. So these guys don't have the ability to shake somebody's hand and be upfront and be genuine gentlemen. A guy like yourself, and not because you're interviewing me, I speak highly. I speak highly of Brian the Taxman from the UK, because you guys just conduct yourself with true honesty and move on. Same with Sammy Gravano. You know,
I would never want Alite to talk good about me or bad about me, because the wind blows and his mind changes that fast. So fuck it, man. You could hate me all you want. I'd rather you hate me, man, because all that flip-flopping shit, keep it real, man. I never liked you from the jump.
You weren't that 19 murders. I'm sorry. Stop lying to these kids out there. And this is a very simple question. If it is, answer it. How many of them did you shoot? So people understand you're not a shooter. You're a guy that delegated that work out to guys like me.
You're not a shooter either, Alite. I believe you shot a couple people, but you're not what you claim to be. You're not this big mafia killer like you claim to be. You remind me of that guy that was on that interview with the hood over his head talking all that shit. The one that got shotgunned in San Francisco or something. The one we were watching the other day. Reminds me of him a little bit. But the guy with the hood on talked way better than you, man. He was more convincing.
I said, so that's okay. But stop giving that fake message. You're hiding in Arizona. You started selling drugs when you got a second chance. You didn't want to change your life. You're not an underboss. You became one of the most famous guys that cooperated. And I tried to stand for them. But when guys do things that they do, like the Machiavelli stuff, and put people out front attacking me, I understand the life. And if you're such a killer, then come back to New York like me and come out here without your armed security. When you even met me, you had 6 security guys.
You're a fucking liar right there, John Alite, because I seen your your shows where you're talking all this tough shit, and then you looking back, you got this big ass black dude, you got these other dudes standing on the corner. You got security when you're in New York. You're rolling with a bunch of people. Don't give me that shit. When I go to New York City, guess who I go with, Mr. Alite? I go by myself, alone, with nobody else. Alone. I've been by myself, New York City, Chicago, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, alone with nobody else. Not you. Every place I see you, it's with dudes on the corner in the background, standing on the... So don't give me that shit, man. A lot of it's a lot of fluffery bullshit. Let's get back to it.
So, I'm going to call them out because I'm doing it for the kids. And John Gotti Jr., your father died on his spit in jail because Sammy Gravano put him away for life. So if you want to be the gangster, you should have killed Sammy Gravano. What are you coming after me for? I didn't make your father suffer and die in jail. So he didn't really care about his father. He cares about his own image. This is the problem with the mafia. Now, how people and the young guys can't see this, I'm going to make them see it.
Another thing, he's always on these, he's on, what was that, Fear podcast, that Fear City, all boxing, hitting a punching bag that don't hit back. I never seen you in a fight either. Not in a boxing ring. I never seen no one hitting you, like you guys punching each other. I heard about you getting beat up at the strip club, getting thrown into the swamp and shit. I heard all about that. Where was that? Long Island? Didn't it just happen again down in Florida or something like that? He got thrown in the swamp. He ran into the swamp, called 911. Something happened like that, right? Pretty sure that's what happened.
Because I'm going to ask each one of them, well, tell us what you personally did. Stop telling stories about Paul Castellano or Neil Della Croce, because I can do that. You want to hear a real gangster, the biggest gangster around that nobody talks about? Johnny Cornelia. Johnny Cornelia was the shooter, was the gentleman, was the fun guy to go out with. Who did 50 years because Gotti told him to, or he would have did 9. I mean, whether the guy likes me or not is besides the point, but I'm honest. This is the guy that was out there actually doing this stuff. So when these guys are portraying themselves as something that...
He talks like that because he hopes this guy will come back with something, saying something about him. He's hoping. You ain't that lucky, man. It ain't gonna happen, homie. Hate to break it to you, man. All your credentials, all those fake credentials you get from all these other people, non-existent no more, man. The gangster card has been pulled, my friend. Hate to break it to you. You are a member of the Rat Squad, officially. You might be the president, man. Nah, Schmiegel's the president. This dude's just, I think you're the underboss.
they're not, and then they're still doing the same treacherous nonsense and conning the public and conning kids. I kind of call them out. Because if John Gotti Jr. wanted to be that killer, you would have killed Sammy. If somebody hit my sister, which he did, I shot the hell out of him. Another guy robbed my sister and he testified for Gotti Jr. I baseball batted him all over the place.
Hey, Alite, someone just gave your daughter drugs and she passed away. You didn't go kill them people. You talk all this shit about retaliation, man, but you didn't retaliate and you're not gonna. So just stop all that shit, man. Put an end to all that drama, the back and forth for no fucking reason, man. Dead all that shit. And tell your stories. They could be true. You could tell the truth and it still be a good story. You don't need to lie, man. That's my advice on this Thanksgiving Day. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch my show. There's some more stuff we're going to be going over, but I'm going to chill with my family for Thanksgiving. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. I appreciate every single one of you who subscribe to my show and watch it. I am thankful for all of you, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to bring you these stories. And I got a lot more in store for you. I'm just getting started. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.